1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone, and this is Ratchet and Clank Kraken time. I've come to this game because I wanted to do a little... Oh, I forgot how fun this game is. A little retrospect video on the Ratchet and Clank series as a whole, and to ask the biggest question out there, where has it gone? Because Insomniac Games used to make this game like clockwork. Normally you'd always have a new installment out, but and recently they've been slow. They've released, into Nexus and some of the half sort of mini games, but I kind of get the impression that they get made, with not so much money, so they're kind of filler games. So I want to know where the hell Ratchet and Clank series actually went, because it's one of my favourite series of all time. Great characters, the story's been, established so many times throughout the years, and it's just an awful lot of fun to play. So where did it go? What happened? Were Insomniac, somehow taken over by other creatures from beyond the veil? Ooh, the Rift Ripper. So yeah, I wanted to just go through and explain some things about why I love this game, why I think it's a classic, colourful, bit of fun, and maybe get your guys' opinion in the comments on it. I mean, first things first, look at that. This weapon, the weapons have always been amazing in Ratchet and Clank games. Always been a jolly lot of fun, unique, interesting. Like that one, it's called the Rift Ripper 5000, and those people who played the game know it. Which summons an interdimensional horror called Fred to eat people. I mean, hello. That is just so awesome. And then you've got, look at this, magnet cannons, mega shotguns, like blizzard mine gloves to, look, it freezes that bitch into place. Then I just cipher in half with a spinning saw. I mean, come on. The amount of weapons and the chimpovatron. It turns people into monkeys. I mean, that's just awesome. Oh, right. And you've always had good features. Like, look, you got the little puzzles. You have hover boots. You got jetpacks. There's always, and each game, while a lot of them have been recently recycling pieces from around the place, they've always had, something new in each game. The stories are good. The villains, I mean, Dr. Nefarious, was the primary antagonist in 3, and is the primary antagonist in this game, is such an awesome villain. So it's kind of, it's an amazing sort of game, an amazing game series that always I'm not sure from memory, but always sold well. So I'm kind of wondering what happened to it. Let's have a look first and see what we need to do here. Okay, so that one needs to go. Nope, that one needs to go out. Nope. I must admit though, I've never liked the camera angle for Ratchet and Clank, just while we're on the subject of, I may as well state one or two things. I find the camera angles always a bit odd, and the strafing a bit weird, but apart from that, it's just an amazing fun little game. I mean, you've got, time bombs, hover boots, look, hover booting around the map, jetpacking around, gunning down things with increasingly amounts of awesomely overpowered weapons is just always been a lot of fun, and will continue to be a lot of fun. Let's use... Oh, and like, just things like, look, Mr. Zircon summons a racist attack robot that fights alongside you. And his dialogue is always so fun. Just things like, die, stinky, smelly alien. You are not worthy to face Mr. Zircon. Just stuff like that. Jump. Look, it's turned into a little banging cymbal monkey. I mean, that's the trademark. Oh, fuck. That's the other trademark of this game, falling to your death, which I must admit, in every Ratchet and Clank game is a problem. And in every Ratchet and Clank game, they add one floating city level just to infuriate your hatred of that mechanic. But it's never been, a problem, never been a thing made me go off the game. Annoying, sure, but you know, never something wrong. Okay. Boom! Oh, look at this rocket launcher. It's called the Negotiator, and it's got, you know, colorful little comics when it introduces new weapons, and it's just like, you know, there's so many fun little features in these games that I think really, I know it sounds like I'm busy jerking this game off, and I sort of am, but it's not what I'm trying to do, let's say. Oh, shit. Forgot how much that gets annoying. But yeah, it's just a really fun sort of game that I don't know where it went, and I don't know why more people make it. What's Zoom? Free. Oh. Hi, bitch. Damn it. Man, this woman's blind. Dude. Target acquired. Fire. Haha. I mean, there's so many, and like, look, you've got basically, I haven't unlocked that final weapon. You've got like two and a bit radial wheels full of weapons, and every game is always more, and they're always just so fun and colourful to use. You've got rocket launchers, flamethrowers, sniper rifles, freeze guns, chimp guns, sheep guns. You know, you've got your standard pistol, shotgun, grenade launcher, rifle sort of thing. But then you got weapons like this, which summon massive sphere balls of death that you can control with the tilt axis, which was never actually a nice feature, because tilt axis controls, especially in a game like this where you need to concentrate on what you're doing, does seem a bit annoying, but they're innovating. The features are there. I mean, I'm not going to say no. I mean, you can create electric fences of death that fry people as they go by. You know, magnet guns that freeze people and freeze people. You know, trap them in a giant magnetic net and then, you know, annihilate them. There's so many cool features. I mean, yeah. And there we go. And another trademark of Ratchet and Clank Games, which I think I actually talked about in my Age of Mythology video, is they have fun little, you can call them cheats, but you have fun little upgrades and things that jump up. You have fun little upgrades. Look, you got extras, you got skill points, you know, little bonuses you can do, which unlock cheats. Like, you can customize how your ship looks. You can, you know, add little features. You know, you can make your weapons. Look at this, right? Let's get the. I mean, come on. It does actually, from a practical sense, you know, does block your screen a bit, but it looks so cool. And especially, look at the barrel of this rocket launcher. I mean, come on. It's just, you know, such a lot of fun, and it's like with all weapons. And then you've got, what else in extra? You got, you know, challenge mode, you got the cinematics, they unlock the concept art, skins, you can change what your character looks like. That was one of the developers, I think. I never actually bothered to research who Dan is. Fucking neighbours over the road with their car alarm. But yeah, it's just such an awesome series of games. I don't like to talk about the first one, because the first one had some really unintuitive shit in the classic PS2 gameplay front. But, you know, it's never turned me off the thing. I mean, it's pretty cool. And, yeah, just all sorts of little things. I mean, well, where is it? Yeah, inventory, you got all your weapons, but you can view them, and look at all the fluff text, you know. Look at the fluff text here, you know. Some claim they have a friend whose second cousin Chartel dated a fat guy named Lester who saw one once. I mean, look at it. It's just such a lot of, you know, this love went into this game. And I think, and you look, this is, whenever you buy a new weapon, this cartoon comes up. And it's just a lot of fun, so I'll let you listen to it. Fred, by our scientist, of moonlight walks on the beach, reading and annihilating your enemies. Bye-bye. See, I mean, colourful love and fun that went into these games. And I'm kind of sad that you don't see too many games with as much life in it as this one. Even though it has maybe you can argue that the series kind of hasn't evolved so much aside from a gameplay front throughout its time, but I mean, it doesn't need to evolve that much. You shouldn't change a winning concept, and this certainly is a truly winning game concept. The Negotiator. Oh look, we'll see rainbow patterned rockets as a little bonus thing. I mean, come on. It's such a lot of character. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I must admit though, the free aiming mechanic is awful. I mean, you have to hold L1 and it's very slow and unresponsive, which necessitates which isn't helped by the camera angle, which necessitates just strafing rather than aimed fire, because aimed fire never actually works. But, you know, I digress. It's still fun, and it's still a lot of jolly good fun. Oh, and I mean, it does have puzzles, like puzzles in this sense, which, you know, only a Mong would get wrong, but it's there. You can actually agree that they try and add stuff. They try and mix up the gameplay more than just shoot the dudes with increasingly amounts of high-octane heavy weaponry. Yeehaw! Hello, Valkyries. I haven't used this gun, this bomb launcher in a while. Whee! Look at that! I mean, come on! Such a good little thing. I must admit, the auto-targeting system has always been nice in Ratchet and Clank games. It sometimes does have a tendency to lock on to not what you actually wanted to lock on, but never been, you know, anything wrong with that. Zzz, dead. Zzz. Ah. Oh. Come along, Fred. Let's eat their very souls. Thank you, Fred. Oh. Haha, come along. Eat more, Fred. Eat. Oh, bye, Fred. So yeah, the big question is, crowd control. I mean, look, it's a giant alien squid monster tied to the end of a gun. I mean, they do actually, you know, put a bit of life into creating these weapons, which I've always appreciated. We'll return to the spaceship. So the biggest question is, where did it go? What's Insomniac been doing with its time that they haven't, you know, got around to making more of these? Because really popular, fun games. I mean, I used to have a whole bunch of friends who would play these games. So where did they go? Where are you, Insomniac? What happened? I know you decided to make Sunset Overdrive, which I think you sold your souls to Microsoft to make a fun game that shouldn't have been exclusively sold to Microsoft. But that's just my Sony scrub superiority complex talking. But yeah, where did you guys go? When the last game, when this game was around, it was a lot of fun, and then they had a whole storyline, and they were going to, you know, carry on with the future series. Oh yes, by the way, this was a really nice feature. I loved it. I'm just going to digress for a minute. I loved the game. They added, instead of just warping between each planet, which is something you can still do, they've added little sectors, so you can fly your spaceship around. You can explore the little moons and meteors and asteroids and space stations, and you can you can attack enemy fighter patrols and blow stuff up. The Insomniac Museum, which is a feature of every Ratchet and Clank game, as an Easter egg if you get 100% completion. great clock. I mean, it's a good way, because in the old games, you just walk between planets. You know, you'd go jump into your spaceship, click on the planet you wanted to go to, and go to it. But now it's got a real, sense of exploration as you explore the universe, or explore the planets. You know, see what's around you. You cannot fly up and down though. You can only fly in a straight linear path, which I think was to make it more simple, which I can kind of understand, but then again it would be fun to, just cruise around the place with a bit more sense of freedom, but that's just my mindset. So yeah, so I mean, there's so many good features, and they do actually innovate in these games, unlike some other games, see Call of Duty, in how not to do it. But where did it go? In the last game, they were talking about, if you know the... these are spoilers, by the way. If you know the plotline, you'll completely understand what I'm talking about here. They were talking about Max Apogee finding Angela Cross, the last female Lombax in the universe. Because the storyline is this guy here, Ratchet, who I dressed up in the pirate costume, is the last Lombax left in the universe. And Lombax were a race of tech-savvy, noble warrior types, and he's the last Lombax, well, one of the last Lombaxes left in the universe after they were all fucked up, and it's him about trying to find his destiny, find the rest of his race, and generally just save the people and places that he cares about, with Clank, which is this little robot on his back that does quests and, acts as a straight man to... Well, not straight man, acts as the logic to Ratchet's sort of straight man routine. And he was created by a mythical race called the Zoni to be the guardian of the Great Clock, which protects the universe from being destroyed due to over-abuse of time travel. The story does get a bit complicated, but I think it kind of earns it after the first few games are just like, yeah, you're the hero, they're the villain, kill the villain, sort of things, but that's just me. Anyway, back to the story I've been trying to talk about for 5 million years. They were setting up that Max Apogee saved Angela Cross, the last female Lombax in the universe, and was fleeing with her to get her to a safe place, or his ship was attacked, and he and her both mysteriously disappeared. And I thought, oh, brilliant! They're gonna, have a really badass, awesome story where you're gonna have to save Angela, you're gonna have to, save Talwyn's father, and it's gonna be really good. But they never actually made it, and I got really confused because I was like, isn't that what you were setting out for? It would be an amazing story, and if you wanted to go that route, if you didn't want to make any more Ratchet and Clank games, it would make an epic, conclusion to the series. But no, they just made, little side games instead that don't really affect so much of what's going on. Oh, nice. Fully upgraded the thing. I mean, so yeah, what happened to Ratchet and Clank? Where did it go? Was there some, planning meeting where they decided that the fun budget allocated to Ratchet and Clank yearly? Oh, what? Bullshit. Yearly should be, replaced and given to someone else? What happened? So, yeah, that's what I want to know. And I haven't actually played Into the Nexus, which is the latest Ratchet and Clank, but it's not a full game. It's a mini game. It's a bit like, it's sort of like a, how would you describe it? It's sort of along the same lines as Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Just a couple gig download, a half an hour to an hour of gameplay just to tide you over, like a holding pattern sort of thing. But yeah, where is the next full game that I expected they were going to do? I do know that the guys were working, well, Insomniac were working on making a Ratchet and Clank movie, which is a bad idea, and also, incidentally, they're going to make a Sly Cooper movie, and that is also a bad idea, but I digress. They don't need movies, but whatever. So, yeah, what happened to them? I kind of missed them. So, yeah, that's what I wanted, the main points I wanted to state in this video. Insomniac, where's Ratchet and Clank gone, and can you bring it back, please? Also, this is a very awesome game series with lots of fun and vibrance, and I think would get on very well in this day and age, because A, nostalgia always buys. I mean, you can always get nostalgia points. B, it's a generally enjoyable and fun series of games, so you'd win on the gameplay front. And just, I think you guys should actually get round to making this game. But, as I said, that's just my opinion, so, yeah. I think I've made all the points I want to make. Let's have a think, shall we? Mechanics, weapons, bonus features, fun value, you know, all of this can be found in the Ratchet and Clank series. And I highly recommend, if you've never played this series before and you own a PlayStation, because it's PlayStation exclusive, because fuck you Microsoft and PC. Actually, I love you PC, but fuck you Microsoft. Pick it up. I'm sure you can find it around the place, and just give the series a play and give them a chance, because I highly recommend them, and you won't be disappointed if you give them a go. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you for putting through my wanky wordness of this video, and I will see you again another time.